Once upon a time, in a small village located between beautiful green hills, there lived a woman named Alero. Alero was well known across the community for her mouth-watering akara, a golden fried bean cakes. Her small stand beneath the canopy of a giant mango tree was never empty. Customers were always waiting to sample her tasty goodies. But there was a dangerous secret hiding behind Alero's kind smile and amiable manner. She was a witch who had struck a deal with evil spirit to improve her cooking abilities. She was not your typical akara vendor. She would carry out terrifying rituals every night in the shadow of the night, sacrificing humans and small animals in order to gather blood, a mystical component for our akara. Alero's akara smelled so good that the locals kept coming to her stand, unaware of her evil activities. They had no idea that they were ingesting a portion of her evil magic with every bite. A small child by the name of Bero lived among the locals. Pero was a good-hearted, inquisitive girl who was constantly ready to solve the puzzles surrounding her surroundings. She would frequently go to Alero's stand, not only to buy akara, but also to listen to Alero's tale of exotic locals and fantastical animals. Pero saw something odd one fateful night while walking past Alero's stand on her way home from the market. Alero's eyes glinted with an unsettling glow as she fried the akara, whispering beneath her breath spells. Pero, intrigued, crept behind a bush and watched in dismay as Aleros took a tiny container of blood out of her pocket and put it into the boiling oil pot. Pero was terrified and shocked, but she also knew that she had to find out the truth about Alero's evil tactics. The following morning, she plucked up the bravery to go to see Chief Obi, the elderly wise man who was the village elder. As Pero related what she had seen the previous evening, Chief Obi listened with great attention. His expression darkened as he recognized the depth of Alero's betrayal. They came up with a strategy to reveal her and permanently terminate her evil sorcery together. That night, Chief Obi and Pero went to Alero's stand as the sun sank below the horizon and the community fell into darkness. Alero smiled at them as usual, not seeing the tempest that was building inside the heart of her innocent victims. Pero approached Alero and accused her of enchanting her akara through the use of illegal magic. Her voice quivering, Alero initially denied the allegations against her, but her heart fell apart when Chief Obi showed the evidence they had collected. Alero let loose her dark abilities in a fit of wrath, sending shadow strands cycling all around her. With years of knowledge and expertise under his belt, Chief Obi, however, remained resolute and used spells and age-old charms to overcome her magic. A bloody struggle broke out, with the atmosphere exploding with energy as darkness and light collided. Ultimately, Bero's valor and Chief Obi's discernment won out. Chief Obi locked away Alero's dark abilities with a final spell, permanently banishing her from the village. The villagers were happy to be free of Alero's evil influence as the first ray of dawn light up the sky. They knew that as long as they stood together, they could defeat any darkness that threatened their beloved village, even though the memory of her evil crimes lingered like a shadow. Whereas people regarded her as a hero from that day on, admiring her bravery and tenacity. As for Alero, she disappeared into the midst of a folklore, a warning of the perils that lie beneath the surface of even the most enticing delicacies. With a lighter heart, the villagers went back to their regular lives, knowing that they had defeated evil by bravery, tenacity, and the strength of unity. And when the villagers' square was once more filled with laughter and conversation, the memory of the evil akara vendor gradually vanished into the mist of time. Pero developed more and more every day as her bravery and tenacity led her on new experiences. She earned the reputation of being the village guardian angel because she was always willing to assist those in need and confront injustice wherever it surfaced. Chief Obi, in the meantime, raised Pero under his wing, teaching her the elders' ways and preserving their people's age-old customs. They became closer every day as they tailored carelessly to guarantee the prosperity and security of the community. Alero, on the other hand, was driven from the village and forced to fend for herself in the wilderness after becoming consumed by her own darkness. Her once proud soul was crushed by the weight of her transgressions, and when her abilities were taken away, she was left to face the repercussions of her deeds. Alero wandered the land alone, without friends, a ghostly figure of her previous self. She was reminded of the village she had once called home and the people she had betrayed with her wickedness with every step she took. But there was a ray of confidence even in her lowest point, because there was a tiny flare of regret hidden beneath layers of darkness in her heart. That spark became more intense every day until it eventually blossomed into a beacon of redemption. Motivated by a renewed sense of purpose, Alero set out on a quest for self-awareness, locating the people she had harmed and pleading for pardon for her transgressions. She overcame obstacles and faced her fears as well as the ghost of her past throughout the journey. Pero and Chief Obi, who had previously delivered doom to their town, saw it all from a distance, their hearts heavy with sympathy for the woman. And when Alero eventually made her way back, she was greeted with open arms and given the opportunity to make amends. Alero committed herself to making amends for her transgressions, utilizing her abilities to assist others and displaying kindness everywhere she went from that day on. She took comfort in the knowledge that she had at last found inner peace, even if she would never be able to completely undo the suffering she had caused. With that, the story of the evil akara vendor came to a conclusion, demonstrating the strength of repentance, forgiveness, and human spirit ability to endure. Alero was not seen as a monster in the peasant's heart, but rather a symbol of hope and the potential for change. And they realized that no darkness could ever put out the flame of love and compassion that burned within each of them as the sun sank over the village, bathing the earth in a warm glow.